All right, so this isn't really like a bad video. I kind of thought of something, and I don't, I just wanted to put it on here, just because I might upload it, might not, but it's whatever. So I was thinking, like, it's really hard. I feel like it's hard for someone to tell, like, I feel like it's hard for, I don't know how to like put this, but I feel like it's hard for a person to really truly know if they're like a good person, or if they're just like a bad person, or just like something's up. And it made me realize, because every single day that goes by, I feel like I try my best, like when it comes to talking to people, like, I want to say it the right way, say it with the right tone, say the right thing. So unlike a lot of other people, I will spend 10, 15 minutes thinking of, okay, so how am I going to say this to, not come off as rude, or, just kind of be, nice to someone. And I'll spend 10 to 15 minutes, trying to think of something, that I'll come up with something, then I'll say it. Like the little things, like I open doors for everyone. I don't care what race you are, what gender, how old you are. The door is going to get opened. If I'm ahead of you, I'm holding the door open for every single body, and I'm usually the last one. I always wash my dishes. If I'm going to a cookout with someone, I'm not letting them, if I eat out of anything, I'm gonna wash it, and I'm gonna do my own dishes. And I've always thought that I was a really good person. Those are just a few examples. I'm 19, but turning 20 this year. But it made me realize, like, it seems like I've gotten my name, like, people have tore my mouth out. And what I mean by, if you haven't heard that little phrase or little saying, basically people have talked trash to me a lot. Like my own family. No one that no one that I am friends with, or that, that I know, that is, not everyone that is not in my family, have always had nothing but good to say. I'm always super polite, with a great attitude. Super polite. I said polite for some reason. Super polite, with a great attitude. Like, for another example, I will literally stop what I'm doing. Say, for example, the other day I was going to go to Jonathan's. Someone made me a little mad, so I was, I knew that I had a bad attitude, and that I knew that if I went over there with a bad attitude, that it was going to mess everything up. It would put Jonathan in a weird vibe, bad vibe. It would, we just wouldn't have a great time. So I calmed down, watched, some funny TV shows, got something to eat, got something to drink, and then I went over there with a great attitude. I'll do the little things like that. But here lately, like, people have just been tearing my mouth out, just talking so much trash about me. And I'm 19 years old, and I feel like it's so rare for someone, I've never gotten any compliment from a few people in my family. More specifically, my grandma and mom. My dad is really the only person that has ever given me compliments. I have, I play guitar. I do music a little bit. I do this and that. I get compliments a lot from friends and stuff like that. But it's the people that are the closest to me who do not give me compliments, and I don't understand that. And it's kind of weird, because it's not just not giving compliments. Whatever, so be it. It's the whole tearing my mouth out part. Again, basically talking nothing but trash about me. Like, I got probably like a probably like a 5-paragraph essay. I'm not going to say who, but I know who it is. That is very, very close to me. Very. When I say very, not just my grandma, not a very, like a second cousin, first cousin. I mean, like, literally, physically and literally this close to me. Tearing my mouth out and bringing up stuff that I did that I have no idea, that I don't even remember, over 2 years ago. And just, like, I don't understand, bro. Like, and then my grandma, like, my brother came over here today. He's 16. He just got his license. He lives with some other people, obviously. my old friend Ryan, he lives with his mom and dad, which I lived there too for a while. You know, you seen all my videos and stuff back in like 2019. But the thing is like some things happened with my grandma when me and Jonathan was over there in the apartments, and my grandma didn't feel safe with me and him over there. She kept saying that I was lying to her about some things, and I didn't. It kind of just shocked me because I never lie about anything like that at all. If I ever lie, I have to lie. There's a very good reason that I have to lie, either for my own safety or something to not cause any trouble. It has to be a good reason. And unfortunately, me and her kind of closed ties, or no, not closed, but cut ties. And I haven't spoken to my grandma, which she raised, or she didn't raise me and my brother. She kept me and my brother for maybe 2 years out of my, nearly 20 years of living. But still, my grandmother, my dad's mom, we have completely cut ties. And I haven't spoken to her in 4 months. 4 months since this has happened. And my brother, like I said, he came over here today because he just got his license, wanted to show us his truck. And he told me that my grandma came by a couple of weeks ago saying, and she asked mind you, she is 57 years old. Mind you, and she is broke enough to the point where she pulled in their driveway over where my brother lives to ask him for $20. She did not ask how we were doing. She did not ask how he was doing. She came to ask my brother for $20 and to tear my mouth out. Telling my brother how I lied on her, how I ghosted her, how I blocked her, and she don't understand what she did wrong. And she said that I'm going to end up just like my dad. How could you say, bro, like it makes no sense to me, because just 2 years ago, everything was different. And I'm saying really when I turned 18 is when everything flipped around. I'm going to go ahead and say this. When I got my license, my life changed in the bad way when it came to people. I do not understand it, don't understand why, but that's just the unfortunate circumstances. I'm so sick of walking on eggshells for no reason. It doesn't need to be like this. It's supposed to be a family. And when I was younger, I loved my family. I loved people. I loved my family. All throughout elementary school, middle school, and even high school, some of high school, I always got told that I had one of the best hearts, that I was very loving and caring, that I had a lot of, ambitions and goals and dreams and stuff, that I had a bright future. How come I'm not getting that now? Was that all BS? Was that all just to make me feel better? Why is I'm 19? I'm still young. I'm 19 years old. The average 19-year-old is either in college, partying, drinking, smoking, broke, in a fraternity club, or they're working, drinking, smoking, could also be in a fraternity club. But no, I'm nothing like that. And it seems like my family really, really, one thing, I'm not in the projects right now, shooting, killing people, stabbing people, shooting up schools, getting in fights every single day. I'm trying to work on myself and become a better person, but it's still not enough. How come? And why is it only my family? So the original, the summary of this story is, like I said in the beginning, I always thought I was a good person. I always thought I was, I gave them little examples, why I thought I was, a good person. And that's a fraction of why I think I'm a pretty good person compared to a lot of people. No, I don't have $1 million that I can donate to St. Jude or to, this and that. But I still care and I still have the same ideas and same thoughts. So I like to think that I'm a good person, but why is it that my family, my own family, has made me feel otherwise? Because it gets to a point, because like I think I'm a good person, but when you have so many different people tearing your mouth out, for no reason. I've told my dad a couple of things that has happened, within the last couple of years, because I'm with my dad, then I'm not with my dad, then I'm doing this, and then I'm not doing this, and I'm doing this, da 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 da, whatever. And I've told him just over the last couple of years what's been going on. Just it's every 4 to 6 months. It'll be okay. Like I'll kind of ghost people, and then I'll start getting back into their lives, and it happens again. I don't want this from my life, because if this continues and everything goes as planned and how it's looking like it's gonna go, if I do ever have kids, my kids are not gonna have. I mean, they're gonna have a good grandpa. But what kind of grandmother are they gonna have? What kind of great grandma, or not great mother, but what kind of grandmother are they gonna have? What type of great grandma are they gonna have? It just makes no sense to me, I guess. And I guess the moral of this story is, your family, your own blood, can do you more wrong than anyone in this world. And it should not be like that. We live in a pretty crazy economy, pretty crazy country, pretty crazy world. You would think at least your family could come together at one, and it be your family against the world, if it came down to it. But it's not even that. It is you against the world. It is us against the world. And if you can find, that one friend, or that one person, specific person or people, or that friend group, whatever it is, and they do you right, and there's some people you can lean on, I'm saying, like, do them right, treat them well, keep them as close as you possibly can. Because for some reason, man, it is like, family is not even a thing anymore. I always thought that we would have such good Thanksgiving dinners, and Christmas dinners and holidays, and we would all come together, in this one big house that my great grandma owns, which she's now in the nursing home. That house is just sitting there rotting now, because by our own blood, she was forced into the nursing home, and now this is what it's came to. And what gets me is they wonder why I have so much hate for the people in this world, and I have so much hate for my own family. They really wonder, man. I just wish some people would open their eyes and realize how good they have it compared to a lot of people. Stop complaining every day about the little stuff, and start treating your blood like your blood, not your enemy. Tomorrow, more positive vibes.